Your game is going to fail. It's not the reason you think it is. It's not your code, not your art. You're going to quit. About 3 months before it would have mattered, and I can tell you exactly when this happens. There is a place where every indie dev walks into, and most of them don't come back out. Your game works, your systems run, and the build doesn't crash. You can actually play it for 15 minutes without something breaking, but nobody sees it. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to tell you why this happens, why your brain is wired to make you quit here, and the one mental model that pulls you out of this. If that's what you need, subscribe. New ones come every 2 to 3 weeks. So imagine this, your Discord has 6 people in them. 4 of them are bots, your last post got 3 likes and one of them was your mom. You open your project again on a Saturday morning. You stare at it and you think, what am I doing here? Am I just pretending? And I'll tell you what you're doing. You're sitting inside an invisible zone. You're past the beginner excitement. You're nowhere near success. You're in a long, quiet middle part. The part that nobody films a devlog about. The part where the algorithm forgets you exist and you start to wonder if you ever did something. I know this because it was me about 3 years ago. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you start. Game dev has brutal asymmetry. You need to do 90% of the work before anyone can reward you for it. It's 90%. A YouTuber gets its feedback every video, a streamer every night, a musician can put out a single and within a week they know if it landed. You work in silence for a year, sometimes 2, and then maybe someone plays your game. Your brain is going to make you quit, period. It's not a maybe, it's a guarantee, and you can't outwork it. Your reward system runs on feedback. You do something, the world responds, your brain registers it's real. And indie game development breaks that loop. You pour everything into something and the world gives you nothing back for months. You're not weak or lazy or undisciplined. Your brain is doing exactly what brains do, and it's going to kill your project unless you do something about it. So you stop, not at once. You open the project less, then one day you realize you haven't touched it in 3 weeks. That's how indie games die. And if you're sitting here thinking, this doesn't apply to me, my situation is different, congratulations, you just identified yourself as someone who wants to quit. Now I'm going to give you the thing that actually works. It's a small system that helps you. So listen carefully because this is the part that most game developers miss. You don't need success to keep going. You don't need wish lists or a viral treat. You need just one witness per week. That's it. One human who sees one thing that you built the week. Just seeing it is different. It's the one thing that has pulled me out of this zone again and again, and I've seen it pull out devs who were 3 weeks away from giving up. And here's why this works. Your brain doesn't actually need success. That's the lie everyone tells you. You just need to want it bad enough. No, that's not how any of this works. Your brain just needs some kind of proof that your existence is leaving a mark somewhere. That's the entire requirement. That's it. When you build something and nobody sees it, your brain processes it in the same way it processes a tree falling in an empty forest. As far as your nervous system is concerned, it didn't happen. But when you build something and one person sees it, even your roommate, even your dead Discord, your brain logs it as real, as counted, as existed. That's the tiny existing signal, and that's enough. That's all your reward system needs to keep firing. And here's how you do it. Once a week, show one thing to one person, and that thing has to be from that week, not from last month, not from a build from a year ago, this week. The person can be anyone, a friend, Discord, Reddit, your partner, random screenshots on Twitter. It doesn't matter. The format can be anything, a GIF, a 5-second clip, a screenshot, bark video, anything. The only rule is new and seen. That's your whole system. And what happens to devs who skip this? They go heads down. They tell themselves, they show people when it's ready. They work in isolation for 6 months, building a giant invisible pile of code. The whole time, their brain is screaming at them, stop, stop, stop. And they are fighting it with discipline. They're fighting it with motivational videos. They're fighting it with stubbornness and caffeine. And it doesn't work. It will never work. You can't out-discipline biology. Eventually that fight ends. They open Steam and they see some indie games drop with tens of thousands of wishlists, and something in them just flicks off. A project goes into the graveyard, another half-finished engine, another folder that they will never open again. And that drift kills so many indie games. Now watch the devs who do this differently. They post a screenshot every Friday. It doesn't matter if it's good. It doesn't matter if anyone responds. They just post. They show up with their game. They show their partner a new mechanic on a Sunday night. It's 5 seconds. It's just look at this thing. And they drop a clip on their Discord. 3 views, 1 emoji. They don't even care. The signal is fired. This zone stops feeling invisible. The work feels real because it is real. It has been seen. And these developers are the developers who ship. The brain just keeps firing while everyone is shutting down around them. If you want a built-in witness, my Discord is in the description, and there's a channel where devs can post 1 thing a week or a day, like, here's what I built. And that has pulled out more projects out of the zone than any motivational video I make will ever do. So most devs think they quit because they work too hard. They didn't. They quit because their silence got too long. The work isn't what kills your game. The silence around your work is what kills it. The witness principle costs you nothing. So if you do this for 12 weeks, 12, I'm telling you, you will be a different kind of developer than you were the one watching the video right now. So skip it and your game ends up where 95% of indie games end up, in a folder you stop opening. So look, if this is a hit, subscribe and hit the bell too. I drop these every 2 or 3 weeks, and YouTube only shows them to about 7% of my subscribers without a bell on. If you miss the notification, you will have to wait another month or find it yourself. So if you want to help me out, drop a comment. Which week of the invisible zone are you in right now? I try to read as many and possibly all of them. And with that, I hope I'll see you in the next one.